Good morning. Today I'm going to talk about the main reason why you fail at your diet and why you fail at your goals. This is a hard topic. It's a hard topic to hear, I should say. And the reason is fairly simple. But let's back up a little. When you have decided that it's time for you to lose weight and it doesn't go well, you can blame the diet itself. You'd say, you have someone just handed you a sheet of paper and said, here, do this. You could say that I hate this diet because I don't like intermittent fasting, or I don't like the way keto diets make me feel. But no one diet is the ideal thing. You have to do the diet that suits you best. No matter if it's keto, carnivore, veganism, you have to do what works for you. But here's the real reason why you aren't successful with your diet. It's because you don't have a real why. Or why. You have no real reason to do this other than a simple thought, man, I really need to lose some weight. So, I'm going to tell a story. I've always been into fitness. Always been doing some sort of athletics. For a while I didn't. And when we first started having kids, I seemed to gain 10 pounds for every child we had. So I literally gained about 60 pounds. I couldn't get that baby weight off. And my ex-wife was an excellent cook. So I got to a point in my life where I weighed just about 200 pounds, but I was skinny fat. I hated the way I looked. I was ashamed of myself. I was embarrassed. My health was terrible. I was getting sick. Felt like crap. I really knew that I needed to lose some weight, but dadgummit, the environment I was in was not very conducive to that. One day I was at synagogue. I'm going to make all the words easy. And there was a very young man who was saying the morning prayers for found out his father passed away. This guy was a young kid. He had no business, or he shouldn't be at an age where he's saying Kaddish for a father. And I thought to myself, oh my God, I don't want my little boy to be saying Kaddish for me, when he's 13, 14 years old. Yeah, I'm a little older than most fathers, but I didn't want that for him. And that was, for me, it was the straw that broke the camel's back. I knew, because of my health and the way that I felt, that if I didn't change what I was doing, I might die early. And I was not ready to leave little kids. That was my why. And it was a very strong one. And thank God, my ex-wife was very supportive I told her the story, and she supported me and helped me. And she figured out ways to make delicious, healthy food. God bless her for that. So I literally went from, I think I weighed myself in somewhere, it was at 199 pounds. I looked like shit. And I started working out, started running, being active. And it took a while, but I lost about 60 pounds. I went down to 137 pounds. To give you some perspective, now I am almost competition weight at 177 pounds. So, yes, as an older guy, you can put on muscle. You just gotta want it. But my story is, the important part is that I knew I had to change my ways. I had to change my lifestyle. I didn't put myself in situations where I'd set myself up for failure. Now, I've been a nutritionist for a fairly long time now, and I see this over and over again. People hire me, but they have no real why. To me, the worst ones are, well, I need to lose something right so I can do something. Alarm bells always go off in my head with that. A good friend of mine, Stu Kessler, told me this story. And this is important, I promise. When you think about people who ride on top of elephants, this is a very good analogy. You know, the driver is kind of like logic and reason. The elephant represents emotion. So when you are the elephant driver, logic and reason says, I need to lose weight because I'm going to become diabetic, or I'm becoming obese and I have to change my ways. And here's how I'm going to do it. But emotion is a different beast. When something upsets you, emotion takes over logic. Emotion says, I need some comfort. I need solace and whatever. And no matter what logic and reason say, it's, I'm gonna do what I want. You know, it's like, you eat that one cookie and you think I failed because I ate this cookie, so I might as well eat the whole damn bag. That's probably part of the reason I love Oreos, but they only make the bags with 4 servings, you know. For me, a serving size is an entire row. They need to fix that. So now I want you to think about that in perspective. You need to think about, okay, I'm really overweight. Why am I really overweight? What is causing this? Is it because of emotional eating? If you're working with me and it's a true physiological issue, I'll find it and we'll fix it. Or I'll put you on the right path to fix it. But If you are an emotional eater or a stress eater, then I can't help you with that. I can give you some tips, some pointers, way we can learn lessons, but you need a therapist. And I don't mean that in a mean way, but you need to figure out those deep underlying things that are causing you to figure out why eating comforts you. And I'm very serious about that. So that's the elephant. You can't push an elephant aside like that when you have that kind of problem. It needs to be worked with and trained with a good therapist. You have to think really hard about what is your why. For me, it started off with, I don't want to die before my kids come of age. That was enough. That got me going. Then as I started seeing results, my why changed. I realized, hey, I can do this. Let's go for more. And I got to a point where, if I can do this, then I'll get back into the fitness business. And I'm going to set goals for myself to gain muscle. And it went from there. I knew what my why was. Now, does it help when you have a somewhat OCD personality or a very disciplined person? As an Orthodox Jew, time-wise, you live a very structured life. I like structure. So how do you figure out what your why is? And how can you find a why that is so important to you that you'll stick with it? Well, that's something you need to think about, write down, discuss with your nutrition coach, your loved ones, and figure that out. What I don't like is that, or to me, a very obvious sign that you don't really have a why is that you have excuse after excuse after excuse. Well, it was my granny's birthday party. It was a wedding. It was my daughter's graduation party. I had to eat. No, you don't. Who's walking around you with a gun at the back of your head saying, you better eat that Cheeto pie? That's your own weakness. I know that sounds cruel, but your excuses are always greater than your why. I want to talk about what can you do to make it better. I don't put myself in situations where I'm going to be tempted. You've joined AA, and no, you can't hang out with your friends at a bar anymore. No, you're not going to go to a wine tasting and just sit there and watch. Don't put yourself in that situation. Lately, I found normally during prep, I am very antisocial. I don't want to be around people who are eating whatever. That makes you miserable, man. So, and if people have never done this before, they don't understand. Watching some little kid eat pizza and toss it around like it's nothing when I'm starving, that hurts. People drinking, laughing, have fun. Don't put yourself in those situations. Or if you do, make it a minimal appearance and skedaddle. You know, when I go to the grocery store, I don't want to wander the aisles. I have my list. I want to get my stuff, get it, and go. Don't walk by the bread aisle or the pastry aisle if you can help it. Don't hang out with people who are going to sabotage you. Find new friends who have the same goals you do. So if you're going to the gym, make new friends. So I know this is a hell of a lot easier said than done. But the point is, your sense of why has to far outweigh your excuses. Believe me, I heard them all now. Or y'all, when you've been working in a gym for as long as I have, you always think, well, I don't think there's any type of gym fuckery I can see again, and something shows up. So I'm sure I'm going to hear more excuses over the rest of my career. Once again, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just telling you the truth. The honest to God truth. Stop blaming your diet. Stop blaming your coach. Stop blaming life. Take personal responsibility for your weaknesses and your failures. You'll feel a lot better about yourself. If you've done something wrong, admit to it. No matter what job I've been at, if I fuck up, I'm going to tell my boss, hey, I screwed up. I didn't do this report right, but I fixed it, or I'm in the process of fixing it, and it's not going to happen again. Now my boss is going to have respect for me because he knows I'm going to be honest, and he realizes that I'm willing to take responsibility for things that go wrong. You have to do that for yourself. You got to tell your coach. And last night I got some bad news, and I had some ice cream. That's when you need to tell your coach. Don't hide it. Talk it out. You know, we'll figure out ways that if this situation ever comes up again, we can make it better. Well, there's always ways we can make it a little better. So I hope you learned something from this rambling. Thank you for watching this long. So I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends about it. And you can follow me on Instagram at masters_muscle. And if you're interested in supplements that really do work, because I use them myself, and you're going to see how much weight I've lost and how I look. So you can use my code at Evogen Nutrition, and the full link and everything is below. But you can get 10% off by using my code Yaakov 10 off. So the next one I'll do is on my 6-week mark. Show you some comparison photos. Till we meet again, I'll be on the stairs. This is Yaakov Patron.